Hey everyone, today we're going to learn what the production possibilities frontier is, also known as the production possibilities curve or the transformation curve. We'll also look at what it means for a point to be above or below the frontier, and what points along the frontier actually represent. Let's get started. Before we define the production possibilities frontier, let's set up the characteristics of the model we're going to use. Let's imagine a very simple, rudimentary economy. To picture it better, think of the book Robinson Crusoe or the movie Cast Away with Tom Hanks. In this economy, we only produce two goods, coconut and fish. Resources are limited. That means we have a fixed quantity of factors of production. Land and labor are fixed. Our friend Robinson only has a handmade harpoon to fish, and his hands to pick up coconuts. And technology is also fixed. Now let's define what the production possibilities frontier is. The production possibilities frontier shows the different combinations of production of two goods, coconuts and fish, that an economy can produce, given its available factors of production and technology. We can also say that it shows the maximum amount of one good that can be produced, given the quantity produced of the other good. For example, in this rudimentary economy, it's possible to produce 20 coconuts and 0 fish, or 18 coconuts and 8 fishes, or 14 coconuts and 16 fishes, or 0 coconuts and 24 fishes. If we connect all of these points, we get the production possibilities frontier. So, points along the production possibilities frontier represent the possible levels of production in this economy. In other words, all points along the PPF are feasible. And since the frontier shows the maximum amount of coconuts that can be produced, given the quantity of fish produced, every point along the PPF means all the resources are being used in the best possible way. In other words, along the production possibilities frontier, we have efficient allocations, efficient combinations of production. Now let's look at this point here. This is point A, and it sits below the PPF. This combination of coconuts and fish can be produced with the resources we have, so it's feasible. But it doesn't use all the resources available in this economy, so it's inefficient. Now, if we move up to these points on the frontier, B, C, and D, we're using up all of our resources. That's an efficient combination. And now let's look at a point above the frontier, point E. This combination of coconuts and fish can't be produced with the resources we have in this rudimentary economy. It's not feasible. To reach point E, we'd need some kind of change in the economy, a change in technology, or a change in the factors of production. But that's a topic for another video. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to help us grow. Now let's see what happens when we move along the production possibilities frontier. Here we have 4 points along the PPF. At point A, the economy produces only coconuts, 20 units. Now let's say we want to change that a little and start producing 8 units of fish. To move from point A to point B, we have to give up 2 units of coconuts. So now we produce 18 units of coconuts to get those 8 units of fish. Why does this happen? Because resources are limited, and we need to dedicate less time to coconut production in order to produce fish. Now, if we want to produce 8 more units of fish, for a total of 16 units, we need to give up 4 more units of coconuts. Instead of the 18 units we had at point B, we now drop coconut production down to 14 units. That's point C, 14 coconuts and 16 fish. And if we want to produce 8 more units of fish, for a total of 24 units, we have to stop producing coconuts altogether. We give up the remaining 14 units of coconuts to dedicate ourselves entirely to fish production. That's point D, only fish. So when we move along the production possibilities frontier, we can see there's a trade-off. We have to give up coconuts in order to produce more fish. We call this the opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is what we give up in order to get something else. So how much does it cost us, in terms of coconuts, to move from point A to point B and get those first 8 units of fish? We gave up 2 units of coconuts, so that's our opportunity cost. To produce 8 more units of fish, Moving from point B to point C, we had to give up 4 units of coconuts. That's the opportunity cost of that move. And finally, to move from point C to point D, dropping coconut production entirely to produce only fish, we had to give up 14 units of coconuts. That's the opportunity cost of that last move. Notice something here. As we move along the curve, the opportunity cost keeps getting bigger. 2 coconuts, then 4 coconuts, then 14 coconuts, all to get the same 8 extra units of fish each time. The opportunity cost is increasing along the curve. This is exactly why the production possibilities frontier has this shape, downward sloping and bowed outward, which is the most common shape for a production possibilities frontier. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to activate the bell to be notified when new videos are posted.